Welcome to the bold analysis. The security details of Chief Justice Martha Koome have been withdrawn. Judiciary Police Unit trimmed. And it is the news that is coming now. And I want us to pay more attention to this, what has triggered this move, and why the country needs to be so keen on what is coming, on what exactly we are doing as a country. Kindly subscribe to our channel. We are finishing Charles Fundraiser. We are raising money. We're raising money to help our brother Charles for the body to be buried, for the burial expenses. He died in Mama Lucy after he was transferred there from a private facility. So Charles we helped is the guy we helped in December. My only deficit to achieve the target is 13,000. So yes, I know mtu mmoja anaweza tuma 13,000 ama? Yeah, so we will be handing over a check of 100,000 tomorrow. So we are waiting for, that's the only deficit we have. Kidogo kidogo, najua tukijaza itatosha, and may really God bless you as we purpose to finish this. This was our urgent February fundraiser. Then may really God bless us. Kindly let's support just to help Charles, the body of Charles, get home. It is currently detained in Mama Lucy because of the burial. The burial expenses has become an issue, concerned with also the other bills that were needed. I want us to get back to this issue of Martha Koome security details withdrawn. But before that, I think it is right for Kenyans to demand. We demand that Gladys Mle, to be released immediately. This tabia of arresting people, Grace Mle, we demand that Grace Mle, the lady who confronted the health CS over ineffectiveness of SHA, was abducted this afternoon, was arrested this afternoon and taken to Capitol Hill Police Station. If you cannot take dissent, then you should not just accept to take political power. Don't hold any office if you don't want dissent. Now, this lady here, that lady who confronted the Shah has been arrested there. So the country is united in demanding for release of Grace Mle. We have a country to protect. And
waiting there outside the gate. Wameshinda wakinipigia simu. We've worked in the offices of NHIF. We've gone to all those floors. I've even gone to the ICT department. I've gone to the pre-authorization. They are not able to give us any access. They are not able to get into the portal.
Mnazungushwa ukienda kwa hiyo ofisi go there because they know very well utasaidika at the end of the day. Unaenda huku unatupwa enda huku kwingine. Ukienda huku tunaambiwa tunape GPS huu. Hailo PS nani ule? Kemani ama ndio nani? Tunazungushwa tu. Can we just get answers surely? Tunaumia. You think coming here tunaumwa, we have to get the courage ufike mpaka hapa.
And you can imagine she has a baby. She was done a CS section. She's supposed to go for review for operation. She cannot do that because of a SHA. Something called SHA. She's carrying the baby everywhere she's moving. She has been there for 3 days. And nothing is being approved. Now you can imagine I've decided to come and help her. And also me, myself, I'm sick. We also have other patients. There are people who could not walk. We have walked all the way from Kenyatta Hospital. Migu, mpaka huku. Na tumeteremka huko in hiyo NHIF building. Nothing was done. We were not helped. So when we come here, we are coming here as Kenyans. And we are asking for whoever is approving or whatever is happening. Can you talk the truth? And that is all I'm requesting as a Kenyan.
Of course, it cannot be that we just have to crush dissent. Let's get to the story of Chief Justice Martha Koome. He's written a letter to Chief Justice. There is a letter that has been written to Chief Justice Martha Koome to Interior that his security detail had been cut down, the number of officers in Judiciary Police Unit also trimmed, scaled down, as he says that there is tension between two state institutions, and is accusing the president of meddling with the judiciary. And I've been saying here that there is a pitch that the people from executive will always use. They will always say, Ruto is the best president that gave judiciary financial autonomy. And financial autonomy and police financial autonomy, so he doesn't really direct them, or he doesn't interfere with them. But that is a narrative that has been said here for long, and it is not very true. Justice Koome on Thursday wrote a protest letter to Murkomen and the police boss Douglas Kanja, in which she stated that the move translates to executive interference with the judiciary, contrary to constitutional demands for independence of both arms of government. She is demanding Kanja to restore her security detail made up of police officers unconditionally, and to strengthen the capacity of Judiciary Police Unit. This Judiciary Police Unit was formed in 2021, and it was improved last year in June after a police officer shot a judge in Makadara Law Courts. I think we did that story. Principal Magistrate Monica Kivuti was shot by a Londiani-based police officer. And from that point, that officer is known as Samson Kipruto. Now, Mr. Kipruto was angered by magistrate's decision to deny his wife, Jennifer Fayawerimu, bail in case before Mrs. Kivuti. So from there, it was upscaled. Now, as we talk, there is a question of what has triggered this move. I want to say this, that the country, as currently as we speak, we know that the Martha Koome reign at the helm of judiciary has been riddled by several factors of favorism and not very clear. But the country must be very wary of this move, because I want to play for you the soundbite of Nelson Harvey. Nelson Harvey and Ahmed Nasir, they launched some petition demanding removal of all the Supreme Court judges. They launched a petition to the JSC, and they were demanding removal of all the Supreme Court judges. And just before that, Nelson Harvey appeared in a Citizen TV interview and made this admission. In a clear point, he was saying that some time back, they were used. Some time back, they were hired by the President Ruto, by then when Ruto was a deputy president, so that they could oppose BBI. There is a remote move scheme that is being hatched to ensure that the Supreme Court bench is rearranged before the next general election. So this has to be said. And of course, while we can join the blanket condemnation, if you check some of the things that Nelson Harvey is accusing judiciary of, it is, I don't know, that they are corruption, and is in charge of that docket, and he cannot help, so she is incompetent. But it's not specified on which one is which. Number two, there was some advocates yesterday that are coming from the law firm of Ahmed Nasir. Now, the judiciary, the Supreme Court, had made a decision that they will not sit to hear any case presented to them by anyone, by Ahmed Nasir as a lawyer, or even advocates from his law firm. So yesterday, the judges refused to hear a case, of course, a petition, a litigation that was presented to them by advocates from Ahmed Nasir law firm. And there was some discussions about it. So you never know, even this decision could be pulled from different directions. Petitions are already in Parliament. Petitions are already going on by the JSC. The third reason why the country must be very wary on these maneuvers is because currently as we talk, this attack on judiciary is not the first one. Last year in January, the president spent time, better part of January, castigating the judiciary as the weakest link in delivering the government agenda. And that was because there were several cases that government was losing in the court of law. Fourth reason why we must be very wary of the attack on judiciary is Parliament doesn't have anything called opposition, and the Parliament cannot checkmate the executive. The broad-based agreement between Raila Odinga and William Ruto has disarmed Parliament of its accountability role. So the only body that now is remaining with a slight percentage of hope of checkmating the executive is the judiciary. Anyone goes to court to demand justice. Now, I want to explain this. Why do you think the security details of Chief Justice has been withdrawn? Why? And let's draw a comparison from the last time. Justice Mugambi, last year, was also, his security details were also withdrawn, and he was even threatened. Why? Because he demanded that the police bosses should appear before him to answer queries on Gen Zs who were killed and were still missing. And not even that, I think those fellows who were abducted, the Kitengela brothers who were abducted. So he was demanding the police bosses to appear before him. And I remember by that time it was Masengeli. If my memory serves me right, that was in September, when Masengeli was the acting IG after Japheth Koome had resigned, forcefully resigned. Now, in this context, what is happening that is now making the executive have a lot of interest in what's happening in judiciary? I may not be privy to this, but we believe everything will unfold with time. But in my fingertips, I am seeing three hot issues on the deck. The first one is Rigathi Gachagua impeachment case is going on. Let me just play for you a snippet of that proceeding from the court. Now, and it is going on, and probably if you look at how Rigathi is organizing himself, William Ruto does not want Rigathi Gachagua to be in the docket to vie next time. And from my observation, probably the deep state are seeing that the Rigathi impeachment is very weak and may not stand the merit of stopping him to vie again. There is a possibility that Rigathi Gachagua is getting some reprieve, and that intel is there, and that is why they're really going after the judiciary. So for me, Rigathi impeachment case could partly contribute to this kind of rage going on. Number two is the current abduction cases. For the seventh time in a row, the police chiefs have declined to appear in court to answer queries on abductions, and they are saying that the court is demanding, the judges are giving them orders, are serving them with orders to go and appear while abductees allegedly were not under police custody. I think the deep state wanted the judiciary to go down, to go slow on the abduction cases. So this also partly has to do with the current abduction cases that is going on. And because, I can always tell you that when judges serve orders for police bosses, there is this elementary thinking that wametudharau, and we are the ones who are protecting them. Remember, even the Judiciary Police Unit has also been scaled down. The other possibility I'm seeing is this IBC reconstitution issue. I am convinced that William Ruto doesn't want IBC to be constituted now because the Gen Zs will take the time to register as voters. So, this discussion of a court order somewhere in Kiambu Court, and as Sifuna was saying, the deep state is keen on that. Probably, they're realizing that the judiciary is pushing on that end, and that could form part of it. And lastly, are government losing cases, or is there some litigation, a verdict that is supposed to come? All this is a matter of wait and see. But the country can look at this case and say it is payback time for Martha Koome. But the long and short of it, as we said, Ruto administration is crashing dissenters. If Grace Mle raised his voice against SHA and told the CS that SHA is not working, she's been arrested. This is the form of harassment to the judiciary. Thank you.